I love to know that I love it. Because you can't stop us. You can gossip all you like. It's irrelevant to me. You can't stop us. Are you going to stop us? Who has gossip ever stopped before? If I want to leave here now to go to the kitchen, is gossip going to stop me from going to the kitchen? Some people give undue attention to idiots. I'm saying you are gossiping. Will it stop me from going to US after COVID-19 lockdown has been lifted? Some people, I don't know. I now come to the issue of Niger Delta. I want to show you how stupidity works in the zoo called Nigeria. An open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, but the man writing the letter knows that Buhari is not there. Do you see the hypocrisy of the so-called elders? You are an elder and you're there and evil is happening and you keep quiet. And I want to ask, this letter was written by Edwin Clark. He was a traitor during the war. He sold Biafra. He was a very terrible man. Very, very terrible human being. A traitor. A traitor to his people. They said they don't want Biafra. Igbo man will dominate also. But now, after 50 years, nothing has improved where he comes from. He is now writing a letter to a little boy of 30 years old. Meanwhile, he's 92. And I wish him happy birthday, by the way. He's writing to a 30-year-old boy. Fraud, a fake. In Asoro. Begging him. I'll read it a bit for you. Let me begin by expressing earnest gratitude and appreciation to Mr. President. Which Mr. President? The one in Saudi Arabia in a grave? Or this Aisha's boyfriend? He's an elder. He knows everything. He's an elder. Elder statesman. I thank you for congratulating me on my 92nd birthday. Sorry, he's now 93, sorry. I deeply cherish the thoughtful gesture and the kind remarks. As Mr. President rightly stated in the two congratulatory messages, I have rendered over 70 years of my life to the service of this country. Oh dear me. He has rendered services to Nigeria, his country, for 70 years. And I want to ask Pa Edwin Clark, in that 70 years, is there any running water in your village? Any hospitals? You rendered service. I want to find out what service you rendered for 70 years. Let's face it. Okay, sorry, I understand, sir. You make sure that the money from Biafra land built Abuja, while our mothers are going to the stream that they go to toilet in to fetch water to drink. 70 years service to the country. When somebody is 70 years, they'll be wondering what you did. So I'm asking you, what did you do for 70 years? Apart from be an informant for Fulani. Now you're writing a letter. Pleading. Oh, things are going wrong in our zone, in South-South. He's an elder, he's learned. And he knows that South-South doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Only in their imagination. Let me highlight some of the few puzzling and embarrassing. But I thought you said an Igbo man is your problem. Edwin Clark. An Igbo man that said an Igbo man is his problem. Can't you see? He's now writing a letter. Where did the job people come from, if not Igbo? Where did they come from? From where, I ask you? Did they come from? Are they not Igbo? Oh, the day I will give you that history, most of you commit suicide, or you go and drown in the creeks because you know nothing. I respect your age because you're a father, but you are a disappointment to this generation and next. Very sad. I can't. It's an embarrassment. You're writing to a boy you know that is your great grandson. You're calling him Mr. President. Aisha's boyfriend. You're writing to him saying, Mr. President. You are afraid. When we were selling Biafra in those days, preparing to serve the zoo, if they tell you will come to this, will you believe it? Like cancer everywhere. If you betray Biafra, you'll be reduced to nothing by those you're serving. Have you seen it now? You're now writing letter and you're begging. You are begging now. Please help us. We are in Niger Delta. We are in South. In fact, let me see if he used the word Niger Delta here. I don't think he did. I think it was mostly South. Because that useless word, Niger Delta, we have destroyed it. Niger nigger is here now. Or Delta nigger. Delta absurdity. Delta idiots is here. Is there now. Google it. The meaning of black in Latin is there. Niger Delta. Do you see how foolish you now sound? Nigger Delta. They are now begging, oh, you have removed us, oh, there is nobody to replace. 70 years of service. Our mothers are fetching water from a stream where they bathe and they go to toilets. 70 years service. When you write it like this, any idiot. Hey, he's an elder statesman. Statesman in your pocket. Your house in Abuja. And your latest wife. That's the only thing you've achieved. You've achieved nothing. Nothing. An empty, vacuous life filled with betrayal and treachery. The people you're serving in the north, Fulani, did they betray the people as you betrayed your own? Edwin Clark, I'm asking you, the people in Fulani people, did Fulani betray their people the same way that you did? You should be ashamed of yourself and stop writing. You're begging. I thought you said the woman is your problem. Not Fulani. But now you're writing and you're begging. Fulani people. You're not ashamed. Nigger Delta. A Delta of absurdity. A Delta of darkness. A Delta of hopelessness. That's the name you gave yourselves. What a shame. What a very big shame. I said after tonight, things will no longer be the same. Some will repent, some will die. But in the end, Biafra will come. We are not stopping. We are unstoppable. Nobody, they've not given birth to you. You can't stop us. If you say what I'm preaching is not correct, come out. Come out. After dealing with you, your wife will not cook for you for a year. I will disgrace you publicly that if you go back, your wife will not serve you food for a year. If you claim you went to school, come out. Destroy you. You are 92 years old. You spent 70 years serving Fulani. In your place, there is no running water. 70 years of service to the country. Which country? But you've not heard that charity begins at home. Traitors. Traitors everywhere. You claim your elders, you want respect. But you saw our future. And you want respect. If you did what you're supposed to, would there be any militancy in the southern part of Biafra land? There have no militancy now. There have no need for it. Because you would have done your job. Nobody should call. It's not time for calls. I don't know where people are calling from. Now you're begging for position. After betraying Biafra, betraying your land, and now you're writing. OFRACON. Empty. Rubbish. Vacuous. As old as you are. You left no legacy. The only legacy you left is a legacy of betrayal of your people. You ran to the north. You sold Biafra. They gave you ordinary commission of information. And you think they loved you. You betrayed Jonathan. Edwin Clark, did you not betray Jonathan? How many, the percentage of a job that voted for Jonathan compared to Igbo? Which one is greater? More Igbo people voted for Jonathan by percentage than a job. Sorry, must pronounce it correctly. to tell you who we are. Fairness. Fairness. That's who we are. I asked a man, walking on my car, and I asked him, why did you say you vote for Jonathan? He said, because Jonathan is my brother. He doesn't know who Jonathan is. I'll never forget. He said, Jonathan is my brother. That's why I vote for him. Do you feel that way towards the Igbo people? Edwin Clark, do you feel that way? Despite all the betrayal, he said, Jonathan is my brother. Do you feel that way? Don't you have guilty conscience? You cannot even ask for forgiveness. All you betrayers during the war. Traitors everywhere. You're writing a letter to a 30-year-old boy. In the night, he will go to sleep with Aisha. In the night, you're writing a letter begging for appointment. You're not ashamed of yourself. You're begging, as you're begging for Niger Delta, so have they stolen all the money and taken it to the north. Look at, I want people to go and Google projects in the north. The Air Force Hospital in Daura, Federal Polytechnico Daura, 18 billion University of Translation inaugurated in Daura, Buhari's hometown Daura to have battalion barracks after Air Force built reference hospital in his village, Daura. Katsina refinery ready in 2021. Edwin Clark, do you see how people behave? Although Buhari is dead, they are doing everything in Daura in his name. What did you do for your people? Elder statesman. Oh, you're insulting an elder. What have you done for your people, Edwin Clark? Let me repeat what they have done since you betrayed Jonathan in 2015. Because you're a serial betrayer. You are a traitor to your people. You are a traitor to your people. And I pray that God will keep you alive to see Biafra because you are an evil man. You are an evil man. You represent a constituency within Izon that is poisonous. A very poisonous, Fulani controlled constituency. My happiness is that you people are in the minority. You are in the minority. You are. If there is a place beside Izon now, 99.9% will vote for Biafra. I said 99.9 because they know who you traitors are. Because you appear on TV, because you write for newspapers, people don't know who you people are. But we know you. Let me remind you, the little boy that you're writing to, please help us now. Peter Sad is no longer there. You removed him. Let me remind you what they did in Daura. People that have brain. Unlike you're an elder, you claim 70. Okay. They've been there now for less than 6 years. Let me tell you what they have done. You've been serving the zoo for 70 years with nothing. Let me tell you what they have done in 6 years. Listen carefully. Air Force Base, Hospital, Daura, Federal Polytechnico, Daura, 18 billion University of Daura, Air Force Barracks, Daura, Katsina Refinery, Daura, ready in 2021. Rail line from Kanu to Daura, only 6 years old. You are 70 years and you are begging, writing letter. I'm begging you now, we are South. Please give us one position, at least. The person you are begging, I'm reading out for you what they have done in their village. NDE trains 1,000 women in Katsina. Federal government constructs transmission station in Daura. Federal government approves 2 billion for building of Food Mass Medical School in Daura. Do you want more? 70 years of service. You are writing a letter begging for a position in NNPC. And you want me to respect you. Do you see the price of treachery? The same way that I tell you all the time. One day you will pay. You don't know what God was doing with IPOB. You had no clue because you're blind in the spirit. Some of you cannot see. You want us to go and take a keg of palm wine to come to your house begging you as an elder? When we started, something, if you are honest, something should have told you that these people mean well for everybody. But because of treachery and betrayal which runs in your blood, you betrayed IPOB. And people came shooting and killing innocent young men in my house. And all some of you fools can think about is you are insulting your elders because you're older, maybe by 8 or 9 years. That's all. Some said we didn't insult our parents that way because our parents, our grandfathers were not as stupid as people are. They believed in the truth. If you go to outside and bring money home, they will kill you. I still remember. If your mother finds you with money, you are finished. After dealing with you, they will wait for your father to come back. She will report you to your dad. Your dad will even want to bury you alive and ask where you got the money from. Your children are the ones now going and stealing and defrauding people to be rich. And you welcome them. You give them chieftaincy title. And you want God to bless you. You must be insane. And you claim you're an elder. You brought Fulani to come and kill your people. You and Ike Premada, you went. And some idiots, Ike Premada, after, that is how that black people are. After stealing the money meant for road construction, somebody will say, hey, he's our leader, excellency, excellency. Because you're black, you cannot reason very well. That is the truth. That's what I'm here to tell you. You may not like it, but it is, I'll keep preaching it until it sinks in. I'll keep preaching it. People, oh, Fulani is here. They're in my village. Oh, they killed somebody yesterday in Uguta. I know somebody from Uguta who's an arch-saboteur fighting IPOB, arch-saboteur. And he will never visit Biafra land. He will die. He will be buried abroad. It's an order that I've given. If I'm alive or dead, it's an order that I've given. He cannot be buried in Biafra land. They are fighting IPOB. And as God will have it, in his village, Fulani killed one of them yesterday. Sadly, I wrote about it. And because I complained and the video went viral, the useless Supreme Court governor went there or sent somebody there today. Treachery never pays. Treachery in life never pays. Sabo, there is no change, there's no gain in being a saboteur. Never in life. Look at Edwin Clark. 93 years old. As the traitor he is, he's writing a letter, love letter. Dear President, give us at least one position now. You have taken everything, give us one.